Welcome, Johanna. Thank you for bringing us here. I was talking with her earlier. Johanna is a master at gathering people, amazing people. That's she vibrates that and just brings it together. So I feel really honored to help birth this creation that I've been feeling coming, and Johanna brought in this gathering to really start moving what needs attention for the new earth energies. So that brought you here. As I was saying a little while ago, we're being brought into the constellation, like we're called to things. And I feel like that's an invitation I just spoke about, of the new earth, of how do we feel ourselves actually moving towards being with, how do we actually tune into those rhythms. And when we tune into those subconscious subterranean energies, the earth is always communicating with us, the earth and spirit, and we don't have to do so much. It's more about this practice of being and then being moved and moving with. And even as I say that, notice what happens in your body, right? Notice if there's like what the sensation is in your body. And I'm going to invite us into that a lot today, even as witnesses. What do you notice what you're experiencing? Really becoming conscious in your experience without attaching to it. Just going, as soon as I asked that question, what I felt was this like tension right here in my chest, right below my heart. And I was like, oh, I just touched on something that at least for me, and possibly for the group, because I'm usually pretty open to the field, that's here when I say, oh, it's natural being moved, because sometimes we might not trust nature. It's a little scary these days, right? Things can happen. So just acknowledging whatever shows up in your body today, I invite you to just take a moment and go, yeah, I hear you. Like, I noticed that. Don't override it. Actually listen. As Johanna sent out in the email, this is about deeper listening, right? And then we'll be talking a little bit more about the energy of intention and different ways to conceptualize intention. I'm curious if there's anything, just, and as I said, there's some new people, at any point, if you're aware of something, you can put it in the chat. I'll do my best to notice. And Johanna's also checking if something comes up, right? But we want to hear that. We want to hear what shows up, because that's actually like the language that we all understand. And when we tune in with our bodies and we speak from our body's experience, then every other body hears us and we communicate at a different level. We're going to be opening to the new earth, which includes all these new levels of energy and frequency and being, right? And it's still an embodied experience until we're out of our bodies, which that's also present. But for all of us right now, we're going for the embodied experience. Yeah. So I'm curious if there's any awareness right now that just wants to be spoken in the chat. And I'm acknowledging we're in a circle. So I'm here in this role, but each of us carries a piece for the circle. So when I ask you to speak and you feel that impetus to speak, to chat, we're going to do this in a very conscious way, but do it, share it, because you are also part of it. This is happening through all of us. If you're here, you're part of it. Thank you. Fluidity feels empowering. Thank you, Marianne. Right? Feel that. Because that's also part of the shift. We're getting out of a system where we have this authority and we're all underneath. We're in an Aquarian age where we're all equal. And that's why we all have to step up into being empowered. I often say empowered. And we all have to step up into our own leadership to be part of it. It's not, yeah. So that's the invitation of this time. Yeah, I'm gonna do a little bit to get us in our bodies. Is there any awareness you have right now, Johanna?
No, things are ready to pop. There's some good stuff happening.
Yeah.
It's bringing the new earth.
Right. And So good. And the other thing is, even if we don't talk to it or do it, the energy itself is actually already moving by us showing up. Right? Like we didn't do anything to make the sun rise today or any of the flowers blooming that are blooming right now in lots of places. And yet they did, right? They naturally did. That organic transformation that I was talking about, it's naturally moving by us just being in space with each other. And then we're going to do different steps to get us even more in tune so that we can naturally, that fluidity, right? That she was talking about, we can naturally even more moves and even more can pop that might want to. Like Johanna said. Yeah. And I'm getting you're there, right? We're already there. So I'm going to just guide us in our bodies to get us really grounded and also to help us receive and integrate what we're moving. Like when we give our bodies presence, they're actually allow more to naturally move. So we're going to start with our bodies and then we're going to acknowledge the collective and then we'll go into the piece that wants to move today. So just invite you for a moment to close your eyes. Even if you're witnessing this at another time, because we are recording this, I invite you to also close your eyes and just take a moment to get into your body. Just feel yourself drop into your body. Breathe into your heart. Breathe into your belly. Feeling yourself arrive. So if you can, feel yourself kind of lean into wherever you're sitting, feeling the back and your seat, your pelvis. Just feel yourself dropping into your body and dropping into wherever you're sitting. And you can let it sound out as you breathe if you want. And just letting the air come in and fill you. Doing that again, really letting yourself just take in the air, the life force. Letting it fill your spine and your hips. And then when you breathe out, letting yourself release anything that's already done. And doing that again, breathing in. And feeling your weight, feeling the gift of gravity holding you to this earth. Feeling your legs and your knees and your feet. Your tailbone. And just feeling where you're resting into the earth. And as you do that, as you rest into the earth, it's like resting into an embrace, also feeling the earth holding you. Yeah, holding you. And it's like you're leaning into the embrace. And as you do that, let yourself feel the life force energy from this earth body just activating in your body. It knows what to do. You're not having to do anything. You're just leaning in and letting life in intentionally, consciously. Just breathing that in. Imagine that life energy coming into every cell of your body. Feeling it come into the back of you, the front of you, the sides of you, the left side and the right side. And focusing on your heart for a moment, breathing into your amazing heart. And feeling that pulse, that light that lives in your heart. You might even imagine it becoming a flower. Whatever expression it wants to become, this is your expression through your heart, through your body in this moment. And as you feel that expression start to take up room, it might be light. Feeling it come into the back of you, into your shoulder blades, shoulders, arms, elbows, forearms, wrists, hands. And as you do that, feeling your feet and your pelvis. So feeling that earth energy coming through your heart, coming into your expression, feeling it coming up through your chest, feeling your mouth open if it wants to, feeling it coming up through your neck, your thyroid. Just breathing, letting yourself, your expression take up space, feeling it coming up in the back of your mouth, the back of your ears. If you want to, you can make a little sound. The back of your nose, back of your eyes, your pineal, pituitary glands, just feeling all of your body getting this life energy activated through your expression, your heart expression, feeling the top of your brain, all of your sacred brain, feeling the top of your head. And just for a moment, as you feel yourself held in this earth and your expression coming full on, just imagine that light coming in from the sun, all the planetary bodies, the moon, stars. Just imagine that light coming over this giant circle that we are and just coming into every cell and nourishing that life energy so that your body knows that right now, not only is it held in the earth, it's also held in this solar system by the heavens. So feeling yourself fully held, connected, feeling your light energy here. Yeah. And then also feeling the circle that we're a part of. Yeah. And in this circle, we're also going to acknowledge all the energies that walk with each of us. That's why it feels so energized when we come together. And we're just going to let there be a big circle of our spirit team, our earth spirit team, all of the guides and all of the connections of our heart and our spirit. And let there be a giant circle in the distance around all of us, just acknowledging that we are part of so much creation right now and always. And just feeling that creative energy here and feeling it, aware of it, and then feeling it step back a little so we have even a little more space to do this creative work. So we're supported by the earth, the heavens, and all the life and spirit we're connected to. Yeah. And then bringing ourselves into our awareness in our bodies. I just invite you for a moment to put your hands on your body and just for a moment say, I am here now. Claim your body. I am here now. Yeah. And then we're going to take a moment to acknowledge that connection and just saying, I am here now by love. Really let yourself feel the connection that holds us. And then we're going to claim our voice, our power. And we're just going to add, saying out loud, if you can, to yourself, you're muted. I am here now. So present, I am here now by love and by choice. So feeling that energy circuit as you make those statements. And I'm going to invite you with your palms open to just lower your head and imagine that you were bowing. We're all bowing in a giant circle and we're just bowing in acknowledgement and a thank you and a welcoming to the circle. Just breathing in what's here and breathing out what belongs to the circle and practicing that again, breathing in and breathing out. And letting your head lift up and rise and slowly letting your eyes open, taking in the space around you, the people around you. And I invite you to touch your body or tap your body or anything you like and just say, I am, and your name. Claim your body space. I am Gwendolyn Tara. Claim it. And this is a very important piece to remember out in the world. You don't have to do so much. You can just anchor it, like grab a finger and say, this is it. I am. When you say I am in your name, you're claiming your space in co-creation. And I invite you, that bow we just did, if you leave the circle, if you leave the circle, even if your thing drops off, to take a moment to bow to the circle, breathe in what's yours, breathe out what's the circle, and say I am and your name. We will do that as a closing today, but just so that you can have space to both come in, but you can also have space to step out. And I feel like that's important when we do energetic work, because sometimes we do energetic work. In fact, most of the time we're doing energy work with each other, but we're not conscious about it. So these are all practices to bring you into consciousness about how we participate with energy. And the more we take the time to do these pieces, the more the energy naturally moves, because our bodies trust what we're doing. So that's why we're taking this time. And we're going to take just a few more minutes. Thank you. Woo, there's a lot of energy coming in. I saw that post. So now we're just going to make some agreements as a circle, which will allow us to go deeper together. Right, so we're just going to take a few moments, and I'm going to read each agreement, and then I'm going to invite you to put yes in the chat or to nod your head, but after each agreement to feel if it's a yes, and if for any reason it's not, to raise your hand, either like this, or you can do the raise your hand thingamajig. There's one. So that we know that we're actually all in agreement with this for real. So I'm going to share the screen. Hold on. Okay, everyone can see the agreements? Okay. So the first agreement, and I'm going to take the long way of reading it just so that, because in order to get to a we have to consent. We have to have said yes. So if I say we and we haven't all said yes, we actually haven't gotten there. On some level we have, because you made agreements to come here today and with the invitation. So if you came, you made an agreement, but just to acknowledge that. So the first agreement is that in this circle, we fully own our participation, our choice to be here, to speak for myself, ourselves, to learn, to listen to our bodies, and to take care of myself, ourselves as conscious participants. We own our participation. Is that a yes? Yeah. Feel that energy as people say yes too. And notice that as we do that. Yeah. Okay. So the second agreement is that in the circle, we fully own that our participation affects and influences the group and everyone around us as we are all connected. Is that a yes? Yeah. Okay. And feel this energy as we make these agreements. Yeah. So if I keep going and you haven't questioned it or said no, I'm assuming you're a yes. I'm acknowledging that. There you go. Okay. So the third agreement, I'll share it, is that I'll read it. In this circle, we are here in support of each other and this creation we are in together. It means we're here for this circle that we're in, right? Is that a yes? Yeah. Okay. And the next agreement is that in this circle, we recognize that each person in the circle is creative, resourceful, powerful, and whole. Is that a yes? Okay. And the fifth agreement, I'm not pulling it back up, but the fifth agreement is that this is sacred, that we honor it as such, which means if someone shares something personal, we keep that private. But beyond that, we recognize that everything we share, we choose to share with consent and awareness, and that we're here in that. Yeah. Okay. So feel that yes. And thank you for taking the time with me. Is there any chat or awareness of what it feels like to have those agreements? Yeah. Yeah. Thank you. Dropping deeper into Gaia. I realized that when we did the I am and our names, we didn't actually hear each other. So I want to give us like a 1 minute where we all say it at the same time so that we hear everyone's voice in the circle for a moment, if you want to. So you can unmute for a moment, and then we're just going to say, I am, and our name, just to have it go into the field. So 1, 2, 3. I am
Francine.
I am Jumano.
Yeah. Just wanted to make sure we got everyone's voice in the field, right? We're in these silent pieces, right? And that's Zoom world. But yeah, thank you. Dropping deeper in, we are, and we're claiming our space as we drop deeper. Okay. Woo. So now we're going to take a few more moments to close our eyes and just tune into this constellation, this energy that wants to move today. And we're going to let it start personal. And then as we do the work, it'll be a collective piece. But our personal heart juice is actually what will fuel the transformation. So I'm going to invite you to drop into your eye, close your eyes and drop into your body and bring your awareness into your heart. It can be your core, your belly, your womb. And just bring your awareness there. And I just invite you for a moment to feel the you, and you can imagine this you in front of you, the you that you're becoming in this new earth, the you that you're becoming when you're invited to a new earth healing circle. Feel the you that you're becoming. Feel her. It might be months from now, days, longer, but feel the you that you're becoming be here, and give her some of your attention, or give them some of your attention, however you feel. Feel this one that you're becoming, and feel the energy in this new earth that you're connected to, the one you're becoming, the others you'll be creating with. Feel that energy activate and really let that be here fully. Give yourself the attention and time for this. This new earth is here. It called us to the constellation. It called us in. So allow this new energy that you're becoming be here, and really give it your fullest attention, your precious resource. Opening your heart. And you'll notice maybe where you're resisting this, and just asking your heart right now, as you give your attention to the new, the energy that you're becoming, ask your body, what is it wanting you to remember right now? What is it wanting you to remember? What is it wanting you to call? What is it calling in right now? In this moment, as we gather together, what is your heart calling in right now in relationship to this new earth? And really feel that in the field, yours. And as everyone's doing this, it's activating the field and the movements that want to happen. What are you wanting to remember? What is your heart calling in? Let yourself feel that. And then when you're ready, letting your eyes open, and I invite you to put that in the chat to get that energy in motion. Yeah. Yeah. heart space opening, my innocence, love and collaboration, healing for everyone. Right? If you write it in, it helps us. If you want to, even if you don't, that's fine, because this is actually your intention. Sometimes we think of intention as something we're going to make happen, but there's a different intention when we ask we're asking spirit and the field, what's needed, like what are we opening to right now? Releasing physical pain, compassion, love, remembering my divinity, nurturing mother to humanity. And right now I invite you, as you're tuning in with this energy, where is this in your body? Notice where these are in your body and speak it up. Like, is it in your ears? I actually feel it in my ears right now because there's a lot of energy there. But is it in your elbow? Where are you noticing mid, back, and chest, right? So when we speak the body, then the body joins the conversation, the heart. Letting this energy really be here. This new energy is here, healing and teaching my head, right? And it's also, as we open to the new energy, that which needs attention is activated. That which needs attention so we can get there will be activated. And we're going to give that more attention in a moment, but you will be noticing it. So much excitement in solar plexus, the way shower for all, to join in love and peace and honor themselves, aligning with my queen self right below my esophagus, my throat. New way of being, asked to remember my ancestry, third eye, ears, back of high heart, right? Feeling this energy. We're giving this energy actual presence, creative energy. Yeah. Even if you don't type it in, fully acknowledge it in you right now. Right? Acknowledge it and you go, wow, I'm noticing my wrist, or really give yourself that gift, because when you do that, your body starts to communicate with you at a different level. You're creating trust. Right? Oof. So feeling that energy, it's stirring, the constellation's happening. All of this is the constellation, every bit, the agreements, everything, so that the energy will move, right? Okay. So feeling that energy, so just breathing that in, noticing what already is stirred up. And then as Johanna's going to invite the question, but I want you to listen to the question from the place of, listen to the question from the place of what this is now, right? Like what needs attention now? It's in the question, the word now, but I'm doubling it up. So this is the question that drew us to the circle. You want to read that, Johanna?
Yes. The question is, what is stopping us from experiencing the new earth now?
So now as she asked that question, notice what happens in your body and notice what shows up. What is stopping us from experiencing the new earth now? And really notice what happens in our bodies now that we've really given the new earth some presence. Yeah. And what are you noticing? It's already moving. What we've done right now is actually the constellation's already moving it. We're just going to do more with it. But where do you notice this in your bodies? When we ask this question, what issue comes up in your personal life? Speaking it will help us move the energy. Right? Head, neck, and shoulder pain, trust issues. Around the heart, constriction in the throat. It's a big throat one today. Left forearm. Yeah. faith that there's a new earth and I deserve to be a part of it. Wow. Grasping onto old stories. Right. Yeah, there's a lot in the throat. Okay. Yeah, is there anything else that wants to be spoken? This helps us create the constellation, so your words really matter. And all the other layers are happening. Okay. This is the best thing about the collective field is it's working us already. The energy is moving these pieces. Back of neck, left side, right elbow. Okay. Heavy feet. Thank you. And so you're probably going to notice more and more physical stuff because the energy is actually moving. We're in it right now. Stay with us if you can. If you need to leave, take time to bow out and take care of your body. And I invite you, if you can, to stay. Hands not being from this earth. Yeah, that was an important one. Thank you. And a reminder that we're all being recorded. Okay, are there any other awarenesses? Okay. So we're going to take there they come. Face around my eyes and nose area hurts, left side of the body. See, the energy is already starting to run through and move. Okay. Yeah, there we go. So we're going to take like a 1 to 2, maybe 3 minute bio break. We're going to stop the recording and then start again. And Johanna and I are just going to check in a little. We start, as we start this, the constellation here that's happening, you're going to be assigned, as she said, we're going to ask if you're willing to represent a color. The colors are assigned an energy and like a concept or a theme in the system that we're working with. Oh, hold on. I'm changing one. I'll send it to you. I want to do it because we have, yeah, I'm aware of all that. Yes. So we're going to ask if you want to represent a color. And if you feel a yes, go ahead and raise your hand and then I'll just pick you. And once you say yes, you're going to just say, you're going to be that color. And I'm going to ask you to rename yourself to that color so that we can do that. And then you're going to be pinned by Johanna on that. Yeah, it's all moving. Okay. So that's all. And when you say you're going to represent, it means you're going to let yourself just feel what comes through as the representation of that energy. You don't have to do anything. You're just going to allow it to be here and speak for it. Give it a voice. Yeah. Okay. So one of the colors is gold. Does anyone feel like representing gold? Ashley, I saw your hand first. So go ahead and rename yourself to gold. Okay, does someone feel like representing white? That light, a 1. And what's your name? Can you unmute for a minute? And you will be speaking on camera. Yeah.
Yeah, Martina.
Martina, I just want to know your name before we go. Okay, so you can rename yourself white, the color that you are. Does someone feel like representing aqua? Is it Jomana? Okay, so you'll be aqua. So rename yourself. Do you know how to do that on the Zoom thing? So we have a coffee color. Does someone feel like representing coffee? And you can, if no one does, we'll work with it. Yeah. So Carrie. And we have teal. Who raised their hand? Someone teal. Nanette. Okay. Citrine. Shirley. Red. Does anyone Dina? Is it Dina or Dinah? Okay,
Yes, it's Dina.
Dina. So you'll represent
Red.
red. And is someone willing to represent almond? Does anyone feel like representing them? We can wait on that. I'm bringing that in later. So I might, if you're not representing, I might ask after we do a round if there's some other representations that want to come in. So that will be all we need for right now. So I'm going to invite everyone to take a deep breath in. Everyone's renamed themselves. So if you're not representing right now, I'm going to ask you to turn off your video. And then if I ask if you want to be a color in the future, no one was a yes for almond, right? I'm just checking because I sent. Wendy?
I can take, I'll take it since no one did.
Okay, just be clear. No's are just as great as yeses in this world, for sure. Okay, thank you. So everyone that's not representing, I'm gonna ask you to turn off your camera. And then you've pinned everyone, Johanna? So they're all on your screen. You can see everyone. Okay. So I'm gonna invite you, everyone, to just take a deep breath in and just saying out loud. You can be muted for now and then we'll unmute when you speak. Just say, I am representing, and say the color, and really let the energy that you're representing come in. And just really notice what you notice as you let that energy come in. Notice what you're aware of. Let your eyes be open now. Let your eyes really let this energy move through you. I'm going to remind you to keep your eyes open so that the energy actually flows through you. And as this is an intro, like this is an entry level constellation, we're going to get to 1 layers of things. And we'll get to things. Yeah. Okay, so I'm just going to be asking each of the colors what you're noticing. And I invite you as you speak to notice what you're noticing. And then also as others speak to listen to which ones you have connection with as the color you are. Okay. So I'm going to ask Gold to unmute yourself and just let me notice what you're aware of and what you're noticing.
Initially, I felt just like the hair standing up on my back, and then an immediate sense of like warmth and like ooey gooey honey, liquid gold cocooning happening. It's really nice.
Thank you. And is there anyone else you happen to notice when I called them in?
I just see like these orbs around me, like whitish blue orbs just hovering.
Thank you. So the other thing I'm going to invite y'all to do, as you notice, is notice who you might move closer to and might move, space from. Just everyone, as you do that. I'll be coming back to people after we get a first round. Thank you, Gold. And white, what are you noticing?
One of the things that I noticed is it like a force, very strong, just penetrating deep on this part, I want to say, in the subconscious. But it just it came in a, like if you think of a sword, but it's it was really pointy, but you can see it widened. So yeah, it was just a very strong energy that it just it's kind of like I felt I was gonna get a headache, that kind of thing, like a strike.
Mm-hmm.
Into the subconscious, I want to say in the subconscious mind, because it was in this part right here, and it felt really intense. You know, it's that it's like something was poke, breakthrough, because of the intensity, and yeah, I just felt the impact of it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay. Thank you.
that's weird though.
The energy starts coming in. So yeah, we're asking everyone. Yeah. Thank you. Okay, Aqua, what are you aware of?
So when I first said I am representing Aqua, I felt like butterflies in my stomach, this fluttering, very light fluttering in my stomach. My mouth went dry, and then it felt like I had this energy inside of me pushing against the inside of my body to expand it, to open me up.
Yeah. Thank you. Is there anything else, anyone else you're aware of in the circle who's speaking?
That's it.
Mhm. Thank you. So, Coffee, what are you aware of?
There's a lot of energy running down my back, my backbone, my spine. And when I said I am representing coffee, there was this activation that came from the ground up through my root, literally like igniting my back.
Igniting your what?
My spine, it's like a column running through me.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Ooh. I'm just doing something. So, Teal, what are you aware of?
For me, I felt this, and I know everybody's using the same word, intense, but I felt a very intense energy across my chest, my heart, and my arms, just straight across my body right here. Just almost like vibration energy, very, very strong. I still feel it.
And where was it? In your arms?
Across my arms, my chest, all the way across my body.
Okay.
Heart.
Yes. And if you've just arrived, we're in the constellation. Thank you. And Citrine, what are you aware of?
I feel like my whole, I feel my whole body with very distinct boundaries. I felt really still, and although my body feels soft, it feels really sturdy, like settled. And I felt a softness toward Aqua, and like I wanted to move away from Coffee and a little closer to Teal.
Thank you. Thank you. So everyone feel that, because there's a movement just in the acknowledgement of that. Like if we were in the room, they would be moving, and constellations are originally done in, this in the moving in person. So feeling that energy. Okay, and then I'm going to tune in with Red. What's going on for Red? Yeah, and you can always comment in the chat, by the way. I will be checking that too.
So when I verbalized I am red, my whole body went like very deep tones, slower than like the natural heartbeat, was very low and methodic. Primal, that's a good word for it. Red, yeah, I'm like, all kind of energy going, I'm all red. I immediately went deep into the core, and that redness, the core of Mother Earth, and that redness was just kind of swirling around. Felt a deep sense of deep wisdom within. I kept hearing deep wisdom within. Then my feet and my heart, I felt like this thread from my feet directly up to my heart. And I think it was the energy moving through, because then I went on to my hands. And my hands were like just like throbbing, but in a good way. They got hot. That whole core was like the first dimension. It was very almost like if I would have watched the red, more would have transformed it. The red would have been able to, I don't know, morph into even different waves, different primal beats is what I felt. So yeah, it was all about that deep wisdom and the primal deep tones of the red, but it did connect with the heart. So it was remembering yourself, remembering your love. Yeah. I felt a connection with gold, because even as I was picturing the red in the core, which then represented my core, right? So then I had like the gold ribbons like around that red sphere. It was like a huge chunk of red jasper is what it reminded me of. Thank you.
Thank you. And everyone's listening as the others speak. Like if you feel connected, if you feel something move. And then everyone holding witness space. This is really important. I know you're like, I don't know what this is, but you're listening at that other level, and your witnessing is actually allowing it to shift. So it's important. Okay, and Almond, what are you aware of?
I had a sudden, after I said I am Almond, I had a sudden sensation. It wasn't really a pain, but almost like sensation, I don't know, touching on the left back of my thigh. And then I started feeling that it was something soothing. I can almost picture like almond milk, something soothing flowing through from top through my core. And then I started trying to see if I was leaning toward or away from any other colors, and then that sensation started going away. But I didn't identify any other colors to move her from.
Okay, thank you. So everyone just feeling the energy that's here, because it is moving at that deeper level. And we all put our heart request into this. So this is allowing our subconscious to get the shifts that are happening. So we're actually all creating the constellation. And bringing in Pinar as the color blush. Bringing her into the space. I had just messaged her, and just notice what happens when I bring that color, that blush energy in. And for now, just be in it. So now I'm going to ask, if as a representative, if there's something you're aware of right now, like raise your hand, either like this, or you can do the hand thing, so that I can know like what's showing up. coffee?
As you're bringing blush in, there's a sensation on my heart, and moving like almost like I'm being, I can't even really put it into words. Constriction around my heart, I guess, is a good some pressure here.
Pressure on your heart. Do you want to get closer to her energy or further away?
Closer.
And blush?
And I want to move away and hide and not be seen. I just don't want to be seen at all. I'm hiding.
Okay, I feel that. Thank you. Other awarenesses? Aqua?
So as soon as you mentioned blush, the first thing I heard was inner child. And then my whole body constricted. And the feeling that came with it is, no, I can't get too close.
Yeah. Thank you.
And then it intensified when blush said, I just want to hide.
Yeah. Yeah. Feel that. And I'm acknowledging the witnesses as blush came in, the ears started vibrating. And I am reading everything that's in the chat, even if I don't always comment it. I saw what you posted, White, just so you know. And someone else also felt something childlike when blush came in. Curious. So other representatives, what else are you aware of now? Gold?
I feel ancestral lineages coming in and almost like widening a portal and just holding it steady, holding space for change to occur and like breaking old patterns. I also very much feel my grandmother who passed away and is the reason that all my gifts are awakened now. It's nice.
Yeah. Yeah. I saw what you posted, Almond. Is there anything else you're aware of, Almond?
That was just the first like flash that came through my mind. And as she was trying to hide, I was like, oh.
Yeah. Is there anyone else you're aware of? Almond?
No.
I see Blush's hand, and then I'm going to move over to Citrine's. I see both. So Blush, what did you want to say?
I wanted to turn away from Almond. I don't want to, I mean, Gold. I don't want to look at her. I don't want Gold being there.
Whew. And Citrine? What are you?
When blush came in, I felt a tenderness toward her, a protectiveness, and very much though that it's appropriate to keep my distance from her, to make sure she has her own space and enough space.
Mm. So Blush, is there anyone you would want to be near?
I like Aqua.
Mm-hmm. Do you want to go near Aqua? Does that feel right?
I can't be with Aqua. Yeah.
Is that okay, Aqua? Mm-hmm. So I want you to imagine you go and you stood right next to her. And feel that energy in the field. I know I have the privilege of knowing the representations, but this is a really big movement. So I'm curious, other representations, what are you noticing as this happens? Red?
I noticed a wave of pink love wash over the entire circle when Blush entered. And as she connected with Aqua, or as Blush connected with Aqua, it actually intensified, as though it found its place within the circle.
Yeah, feeling that energy. So Red, what would you do in relationship with them?
What would I do in relationship with them, as Red would join Aqua and Blush, or interaction between Blush and Aqua?
You're Red, you're representing Red. What would be your
Yes.
movement?
I didn't hear that. What would be my what?
Yeah, what would be your movement?
The joining. If we were all physically in a circle.
What would be your movement?
Yeah. It would be like an honoring. Like we wouldn't necessarily need to hold hands, but we would beam. It would be like a beam to honor the uniqueness of all the parts, because we're all together as a whole entity. And it's that collective that creates more and more energy, and then it just like poof, like puffs out. So it would be some beaming to that honor.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna, just for the two that came together, I'm gonna invite you as Red to just bow to them. And if just those two, the Blush and the Aqua. And if anyone else feels guided to bow, because that's the movement that you actually feel as your color, don't do it if you don't feel it. I invite you to just open your palms and bow to those two being together. And I open your palms like this, watch my hands, and lower your head. And so when your hands are out like this, not like you're giving, but like you're actually receiving. And just breathe that in, let your palm be open, and really stay with it for all of us. Let that representation happen if you can. And just breathe in that energy coming together. And really feel like you're bowing to both of them together. So open your palms. And then as that's happening, I'm asking White, you posted something. What are you noticing now?
It's I was able to connect with when you say Blush and when she spoke. I saw my little girl, 6 years old, and I realized because of the healing that I have done, it's kind of like a reaffirmation that there is a way to do not be in that state. When I was hiding, I will go into some barrels to actually hide, and I will pass out in there because I will stay there for hours. And it seems that I wanted to run away, and I grew up with that kind of subconscious desire to always hide, and but I felt joy when she expressed that. I felt joy, first of all, because I was not alone, and but also I felt joy because I saw there is a way to be fully yourself and to be seen, and I actually desire to be seen, and it seems that they will see beauty because it will be my truest, most natural self, and I will be okay. I will be okay with it. So you know, it's just the fulfillment
You're cutting out.
of joy, knowing that you are not staying there forever. Oh, there you go. Are you able to hear me? So my joy was that you will not stay forever.
You will not
That
stay.
you know, yeah, you're not staying there forever. Yeah, and it will be beautiful. It's beautiful to the humanity to see your truest self, fully open to them, and they will love it. That's what I received. So it was more like a fulfillment with joy. And I'm so thankful. Actually, I feel gratitude that she actually showed up and she spoke. It's like my 6-year-old or my 8-year-old spoke through her, and I'm really happy in the place that I am in. I'm really, really grateful. So I'm really grateful for Blush for speaking up and to representing that little 6 or 8 years old version of me, and seeing myself, that there was a way and that I am already ready to be seen, and that it will be beautiful.
Thank you.
You know, I have that opportunity. That opportunity is for everyone.
Thank you. I'm going to, because this is like a shorter constellation and we're getting a taste of things, and we want to get just a few more voices heard, and then we're going to see what everyone's representing and let it integrate. Because obviously something that can represent something for us, even if it's not exactly what I labeled it. I'm curious what's going on for, since I haven't heard from Teal, curious what's going on for you.
When Blush came in for me, I had this very intense energy, you know, across my heart and my chest. And when she came in, it just all kind of softened, maybe is the word. It just calmed down, settled down, smoothed out.
Can you look at Red? And Red, can you look at Teal? And Coffee, I'm curious what you're feeling right now as they look at each other.
That feels there's a vibration throughout my entire body. And I have to say that while White was talking, there was pain in my heart, and it was moving up. So to go back even further, when Blush and Aqua connected, even before this whole thing started, when you were assigning constellations, I was like, I want to be purple. And then when Coffee came up, I was like, oh, let's see what this is. So when they connected, I was like, ooh, I want to go over here and play. But I was reserved. I was like, oh, that's not my space. And then White was talking and was like, trigger, trigger, pain, 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 pain. And then these two connected, and I'm like leaning in, like, what's happening here? I want to know more here. My whole body's sort of buzzing.
So this is going to be, I think, the last movement we're going to do, because we do need to come to completion. But I want, Coffee, I'd like you to look at White for a moment.
Okay.
And White, look at Coffee. Just let this energy move. And I want you to imagine that I had you take each other's hands and turn to look at gold. And everyone just feel this, how this is moving energy. And as this is happening, Johanna, could you just go ahead, you don't need to post it, but could you just read what each color is representing as we feel this energy right now so that everyone can listen and feel what these energies are?
Absolutely. So gold is the new story. White is trust. Aqua is our voice. Citrine is the body. Almond is ancestors. Red is the individual. Teal are the co-creators. Coffee is the earth. Blush is compassion in our heart. And I can share my screen if you want.
Mm-hmm. Did you say what almond was?
Yeah, ancestors.
So just a moment, breathing that in. Everyone just taking that in. And if you want to take this share screen off, you can do that too. And I want to acknowledge that we have a time agreement. So we're going to complete the constellation and we'll have a few more minutes for reflection, but we want to honor that people need to go and we want to complete the circle itself. So I can't see messages for some reason. So often this makes sense. Sometimes it doesn't, but even as witnesses, you were getting the constellation. All of our fields were here. So I'm going to invite all of us, if you're willing to stand. And because this will really help release the energy too. I invite you to stand. And with your palms open, you can imagine it if you don't want to. I invite you to open palms, lower your head, bow. And it's a standing bow as if we were in circle, bowing to the circle. And we're bowing to ourselves and each other for being here and all the energies that joined us. And we're breathing in this bow, breathe in just what belongs to you personally. This is everyone in the circle is doing this, and breathe out what belongs to the circle and to the field. And doing that again 3 times total, breathing in just what's yours from this creation and breathing out. And breathing in again. And breathing out. And then I invite you to step out of the circle, do a physical stepping out, shake your body. Say, I am in your name and claim your space. I am Gwendolyn. Yes. Oh my goodness. Such a huge thank you for being here. We have, I know there might be a lot to share and we don't want to go too long, but if there's something that just feels really key as a witness or as a representative that needs to be spoken for you to leave here, we've completed one level. So if you step out, the circle has released, but sometimes there's a few more moments and we just want to give you a little bit of that. Actually, yeah, we'll just take a few moments and then there's going to be more of these. Johanna's got a vision and it's rocking in. So yeah, if there's a few more words that want to be spoken about this, you can either write it in there or in the chat, or if there's something, just raise your hand so we know. Yes. There's a lot of them. Yeah, this is deep stuff. So it might be working at the deeper layers. I just saw that one. So it can make you tired if we're getting to layers underneath. Thank you, Francine. Thank you. When the coffee and white connected, the pain between my shoulder blades went away. Right? That was beautiful. Trust in the earth. Yeah. So you can all read the comments. Yeah. And just acknowledging that the bodies are processing this. So there might be a tiredness that we're navigating in the changes that are happening. So when our subconscious gets stimulated, often it wants to rest to integrate. So if you feel energy flowing, that's great. If there's a tiredness, it's because your body might be integrating a big change. Right. So just acknowledging that for yourself and maybe for the group. Any other? You can raise your hand that wants to be spoken. Blush, I think it's Pinar is your name.
Yeah, well, when Red was talking about how how it was feeling up towards me, I wanted to believe Red, but there was something stopping me. I was like, okay, I hear you, but I couldn't really 100% believe in Red. Even when she bowed, I wasn't sure if it was a real deep bow or not, but I wanted to be real, but I was just checking to see if it's, and it all made sense when you said who we were in the end.
Yeah, thank you, because that helps that acknowledgement that we're just moving the pieces. We're not getting it all worked out. Constellations just kind of start moving the things that need to be seen. And that was the intention, what needs attention now, like what, so that we can be in it. And these are the pieces that showed up that needed some attention. And we didn't get them all done today. We brought awareness and acknowledgement and love. Yeah. I feel such a deep gratitude for each of you for what's moved and what's going to continue to move. I am, and for being here, wherever you are, wherever you come from. Is there anything else that feels like it needs to be spoken to the circle? Such deep gratitude. Thank you, Johanna, for starting this and bringing us together. And there's some ways to keep doing this with her and with me. So you want to speak a little bit, Johanna?
Absolutely. Thank you so much. And if you're watching the replay, it is pretty an amazing event to just be part of the experience. So please reach out, and if you're watching this on YouTube, please subscribe and share. We would love for everyone to really continue this exploration. If you're so inspired, you want to share with your friends and then have them come join with us. The next ones, this series is The New Earth, and we are obviously seeding the new earth with these incredible energies of trust and compassion and the earth. As you can see today, there was just magic happening, and for us to lean in, and some of the words were just, I just wanted to tear up. So absolutely magical, and we'll be doing some more as we continue this journey. So you're very welcome to come play with us again. In the meantime, I'm going to turn the recording off. But
Just a second. I was
Yeah.
just gonna, a deep thank you. And I'm thinking it'll be in the notes on the video, but if you want to reach out to me, my email is gt@divinemovements.com. My website's divinemovements.com. I'm
Yeah.
going to be collaborating with Johanna on this, and I also am offering other constellation work and have been for a while. So if you want to know more about me, you can go to my website and or message me if you want to get on email lists. I'm doing some more in the days to come, and I'm actually doing a 5-week series called Magic in Motion that starts tomorrow. And if you can't make it tomorrow, it's on Fridays, and we will be constellating and working with movement and earth energy practices to really engage the creative energy. We just entered Gemini today, and we're in the Gemini zone. There's a lot of eclipses coming. So really activating our natural magic, which is what we just did. So thank you, of really tapping in and tuning in. If you want to do that kind of in a more collaborative way, you can find me and message me again. It's gt@divinemovements.com. And I'm offering a really special deal with that. So let me know. if you're interested.
include that in the links below. Excellent. Okay.
Thank you all so much. And everyone.